Well, for over 35 years, our next guest has been photographing some of the biggest rock stars on stage and behind the scenes. And starting on Saturday at Liss Gallery in Toronto, they are presenting the work of photographer Richard Beland, who we have back on the show this morning. Good morning, Rich. Hey, pal, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm awesome, man. I say back on the show because we had you on 4 years ago. And when we had you on 4 years ago, you teased about a show that you were working on. Get that pandemic out of the way. And the show is up and going, starting on Saturday, running for the rest of the month at Liss Gallery. How excited are you for that?
Thoroughly excited. Yeah, well, I've been working on this, like you mentioned, quite a long time. And in fact, it's been planned even before then. Probably I've been planning it for 5 years. And then, like you said, COVID had a bit of a say on when we would actually put it on the wall. But it's up now. And even if you're walking around today, you can check it out.
Okay, let's get into some of the stories. I love talking. You're such a good storyteller, and you have so many stories because you've shot thousands of concerts and thousands of artists. Well, I have three specifically I want to talk about. Can we bring up James Brown and take me through the day you shot James Brown and this shot here?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was good. So we shot that in Toronto. James was about to embark on a cross-Canada tour, Canadian tour, and we set him up in the studio. He came down. He was there for a couple hours. And when he arrived, his manager came over and just kind of whispered into my ear. He said, James never, ever brings his Godfather of Soul cape. Make sure you get a photograph of him in it. And so he brought the cape, and we got the photograph, and it ended up being used on the poster and promoted his cross-Canada tour.
What about the bathroom break?
So our studio was right next to Canadian Tire, the one up on Yonge Street in Dupont or Davenport, whatever street that is. We didn't have a bathroom in the studio, so he had to go. You can see he's wearing that head-to-toe royal blue suit. And so we walked him into Canadian Tire, and I think people at first noticed the suit. And, you know, that suit doesn't really fit into a normal day in Canadian Tire. And then they realized it was James Brown. They're like, oh, my God, it's James Brown.
James Brown at Canadian Tire. Using the services, right on. Okay, Green Day, the Green Day shot. Lots of stories around this one.
Yeah, Green Day. Okay, so that was shot on my birthday, actually, November 3rd, year 2000. And that was for the press, the pre-press of their album called Warning. And I had a couple ideas. The idea here was I said to them, you know, your guys' music really reminds me of the angst of that early Who music. Why don't we do a take on the Kids Are All Right album? I brought along a Canadian and an American flag, and they said, oh, let's use the Canadian flag for sure. So I was putting the Canadian flag away, and Billy Joe Armstrong came up to me and said, no, hang on. And him and Mike Dirnt hung it on the wall, and they used my gaff tape and wrote that void on there. And then that was the shot. Interestingly, though, you know, I had brought up that Who during the shoot. 4 years later, they put out American Idiot, which has sold something like 15 million copies. If you look on their Wikipedia, they mentioned that American Idiot was inspired by the early Who music. So I
there you
don't
go.
know.
Okay,
Maybe.
right on. We'll just say that. We'll just say that's true. We only got just over a minute left. Obviously,
Okay.
you have an extensive list of Gord Downie shots, right? One in particular, of the one with the toque. That shot with the toque. Take us through that shot.
Got it. Okay, so we photographed that out back of the Horseshoe, and that was for the press for Phantom Power. And it was just a shot. I was just actually getting ready, and Gord was getting ready, fixing his hat. I was just doing a camera test, a light test. And afterwards, I brought the photographs over to their management, and I never really, it didn't stick out to me as anything all that special. And their management went, oh, wow, this is a great shot. And it ended up being used for press for them.
And then it was used a lot when he passed too, right? This isn't the shot, but hopefully we have the shot of him putting the toque on. We don't have the shot. Okay, but it's something that you can see at the gallery. Our Immortal Stars Volume 1. It starts on Saturday, and it runs until the end of the month. Rich, congratulations on this. I know this is a retrospective of your entire career and thousands of shots that you had to go through, and props to Liss Gallery for recognizing the talent that you have and that we can all enjoy it. So proud of you, buddy. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and you can enjoy it too at Liss Gallery.
I'll see you Saturday night, buddy.